Hola, hello! On today's video, I'm going to talk about the verb haber, the reads that are in Spanish. I will explain its uses and the difference between the verb haber with tener, hacer, and estar. And I will also explain how we use the verb haber as an auxiliary verb. So don't miss this video if you have doubts about this verb. And I also uploaded an activity about this verb, haber, the reads that are, with other verbs. So if you want to download this activity, you have to head to www.spanishwithflor.org and you'll find the activities there on Resources Students. So I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so let's get started with the verb haber, conjugation, the is in Spanish. The use. So when we use the verb haber, it means that something exists. So in Spanish we say hay for the present moment, and it means there is, there are. Yes, so we can say hay un árbol verde en la entrada. Hay una puerta azul. Hay una casa. As you can see, all these are singular nouns. On the right side, hay tres ventanas. Hay dos cocheras. This is a plural. As you can see, there is no difference. When you are describing something or when you are mentioning that something exists in the present moment, you use the word hay, either for plural, masculine, feminine, singular. Okay? And here is a picture of what I was describing. Hay una casa. Hay tres ventanas, three windows. There are two at the top and then there is one behind the tree. Hay tres ventanas. Hay dos cocheras. Well, in fact, I think there are three cocheras. Hay una puerta azul. There is a blue door. Hay un árbol verde. Okay? Okay, so this is a very common question between the words había o habían, hubo o hubieron. So when we refer to something that existed in the past, we use había when we describe, and we use hubo when there was a past event. Yes, so let's have a look at the imperfect past for descriptions. Every time we want to describe something about the past, we use the word había. Have a look at the three examples. Había muchas personas en la fiesta. There were many people in the party. Había demasiada comida. There was too much food. Antes había más trabajo. Before, there was more work. So we use había. As you can see, personas, comida, trabajo, they are all different. Personas is feminine, plural. Comida is singular, feminine. Trabajo, masculine, singular. So as you can see, we always use había. We never use habian. The next one is indefinite past. For an event, for something that occurred or that happened in the past as an event. The first example is, el lunes pasado hubo un incendio muy grande. Last Monday there was a huge fire. Hubo problemas con la presentación en la oficina. There were problems with the presentation in the office. Esta mañana hubo una emergencia en la oficina. This morning there was an emergency in the office. We always use hubo. Have a look at the words. Incendio is masculine singular. Problemas is masculine plural. Emergencia is feminine singular. So we always use the word hubo. So whenever in doubt, remember, había for descriptions, either singular or plural, and then hubo when you talk about an event that occurred, that existed in the past, for plural, masculine, singular, feminine. It doesn't matter. You always use the word hubo. Another doubt is haber versus tener. Remember that tener means to have. En el restaurante hay muchas personas. El mozo del restaurante tiene mucho trabajo. En mi casa no hay mucho espacio. Tengo una casa grande. Okay? So remember, tener means to have. Haber when something exists. Another common doubt is haber versus hacer. Remember that hacer means to do or to make. Hay una cama en mi habitación. Hago la cama todos los días. Había una tienda de ropa, ahora hay un restaurante. Hacía la tarea de la escuela en la casa de mi abuela. Okay, so here you have different sentences with these two verbs. Another is haber versus estar. Remember that estar means to be. So the first example is, hay mucho trabajo. Estoy ocupada. The second one is, estamos en casa. And the last one, hay un concierto en la plaza. Okay, so remember, estar means to be. Okay, so haber as an auxiliary verb. So it can be an auxiliary verb in the pretérito perfecto compuesto, or the present perfect in English. The first example is, he visitado Madrid. He visitado Madrid. The second one is, no hemos estudiado para la prueba. The other tense is the pretérito pluscuamperfecto, or the past perfect in English. The example here is, él había vivido en la ciudad hace mucho tiempo. Okay, so you can practice these. These are past tenses. You can practice these on online websites, or you can write about recent events. So you would be using pretérito perfecto compuesto. He visitado Madrid. He hablado con mis amigos. He preparado la cena. You can use those type of examples. And if you want to practice the pretérito pluscuamperfecto, that's the past perfect. As you can find online exercises as well, or you can write things that you had done before. Okay? And as you can see, we say, él había vivido. Nosotros habíamos vivido. Okay? So how can you practice, especially había and hubo? So if you have a Spanish teacher or if you have a language partner, you can talk about descriptions. For the present, it's very easy. You can describe your house. Hay una cocina, hay una habitación, or you can describe your office. Hay un escritorio, a desk. Hay 7 oficinas. Yes. For the past, había, you can describe your childhood house or your grandmother's house, your neighborhood, the last party you went to. So an example could be, en mi casa había 3 habitaciones. Había una cocina grande. So you describe your childhood house. For past finished events, and you can practice hubo. You can talk about a past event that occurred, like an emergency, a fire, an accident, a protest, reunion, or a storm, tormenta. So an example would be, el sábado a la noche hubo una tormenta muy fuerte. Hubo truenos. And then you go on. Another thing you can say is, el lunes pasado hubo una reunión en la oficina. Todos fuimos muy temprano para prepararnos. And then you go on talking using the past tenses. So then not only you will be using hubo, but you will also be using past tenses in Spanish. So a good idea would be to follow these topics. You can write about them or and then show them to your teacher or your language partner, or you can just talk about these topics and then get feedback. Okay, remember that there are plenty of online exercises that you can do. And I uploaded another activity with the verbs estar, tener, hacer on my website, so you can visit www.spanishwithflor.org. And if you go to resources students, you'll get tons of practice on the vocabulary section. Well, I hope this has been useful. If you liked it, leave comments below. If you have any questions, please ask me and I will be happy to help. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.